rich and he gonna hit me off with some cash, you know, to support. So
Okay.
he's
I'm gonna
gonna
bless you.
invest in the channel. That's
I'm gonna bless you.
now
Regardless of all of that,
me.
did not look like who did not say when
Wait,
Tina
let me
and
finish.
Bro was going back and forth. I said the same thing to Tina. Y'all both arguing the same point from two different ends. I said the same thing, right?
You say you still messing with
Did I not, bro? Let's keep it a G, bro. You feel me? I've been saying the same shit too, but
You've
like
been
y'all want to get
you have been
all right.
repeating yourself the whole time you've been talking
yes. And
Yeah, because y'all don't
to the point where no
listen.
one else can say what they want to say.
right.
That's a lie.
She trying to talk now.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk down. I'm trying to, because the only person that on the panel that is claiming or that said that they have experienced what we all are kind of theorizing, because I can only speak for myself. I have not experienced acquiring wealth. So this is
Right.
kind of a theory. We don't really know what it feels like, and you won't know what it actually feels like and what is going to happen to you until
See.
you go through it. Same
Mm-hmm.
like most things in life. Like until you actually go through it, it's a theory. You're thinking that all your family members are gonna have their hand out and stuff. You don't really know what is gonna happen until it actually happens. So everything that we're saying is really just our theory and our thoughts based on our worldview and how we look at the world right now. Until you go through it,
Logical fact.
until we
Logical facts.
actually go through it, then
These are logical facts. These are
okay.
logical facts. It's not play games. I get this is YouTube, woot woot. I appreciate the love and woot woot, and I ain't trying to like rub nobody the wrong way. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody by no means. But
Okay.
like, let's keep it a bean, yo. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I understand what you're saying. We can go back. I have
We
not
don't
been
have to
trying
go
to take
back.
over
No,
the
no, we ain't
conversation.
going.
Please don't go back.
I'm saying that to say I have not been trying to take over the conversation. But just
You
like
have
Tina had
taken
her.
over the conversation.
Okay, Tina. You feel me? I'm not gonna argue with you. Like I said, I agreed for most of all y'all shit. I was one of the first ones to say it's two different points.
Right,
Same
right.
meaning,
Yes,
but two different
we
points.
have that
Like,
part.
come on now. But y'all
We
wanna it's like when y'all wanna move along, we gotta move along. But then the
No,
reason
it's
why we
just
don't
that
Well,
you
move along,
for
keep
a
you.
long
No
time.
one
cut it
can
out.
say anything
Cut it
beyond
out.
you, sir.
And just now, I just gave a whole synopsis of the fact that none of us, other than Richard, have had a personal experience of acquiring wealth. And then you told me, "Oh, that's just logical facts." I get that this is YouTube, whoop de whoop. That's what you said.
Listen, my nigga, because you say acquiring wealth, like yo, like and this is no disrespect to Richie. You dig what I'm saying? Like I have neither. Do you know Richie personally? Unlike old boy that was saying he know Richie personally. Do you know Richie personally?
What did you hear? What I
Because
said? I said the only person that has said that has claimed that they've acquired wealth. I didn't say I know that he's acquired wealth. All I said
okay,
was
so my point,
he's the
my
only person
point,
on the panel that has
my
said that.
point,
It's
my
really not
point
a.
is
You
we all
don't,
heard the same thing. We all heard the same thing, right?
but it's okay because we moving on. Because look at poor Elevated. Like I'm reading the room, and Elevated looked like he ready to move on.
I can't
So
see none of the comments. You feel
I'm
me?
looking at
Like, and this is
look at
no
the
disrespect
he
to
look
it's
Elevated.
not a
Like,
comment. All you have to do is look at his face on the panel.
oh wait,
he's the
I ain't even
host.
been looking at the phone. I
He's
ain't gonna
right.
lie. I ain't been
Like
looking at the phone either.
we are in
Yeah.
Elevator's house, so I'm trying to. That's why I keep going back to. We need to move it
I ain't
along.
even been looking at the phone. That's my bad.
We got to move it along because I'm looking at him, and he's like looking like
Yeah,
he's ready to.
he's not happy right now.
And
Okay.
that's why I'm interjecting because when the conversation, I let you go for a long time, but when the conversation is like, we gotta move it along. Next topic, elevated. Oh well,
Mm, mm, mm. Next topic is striking the balance.
sorry.
Striking a
Strike,
Poor
balance.
elevator.
Can't make this shit up. Money
Striking a
is a
balance.
tool. Huh?
No, go ahead. Money's
Yeah.
what?
Money is a tool, not the goal. Use money to
100%.
create. Yeah. Use money to create freedom and time, not just buy things. Experiences and
100%.
relation- experiences and relationships bring more happiness than objects. I don't know
Hmm.
about the relationships. Well,
Oh boy, you
Yeah.
said you
I
elevated
don't
Well,
know.
relationships. Ugh.
well, the coach brought something up related to relationships, and
Mm.
that is, am I isolating myself because I have a certain financial status and is coming at me with their hands out and I'm cutting them off? Do
Right.
I feel isolated? I don't, because of that last part that you just said. I establish relationships with people
Mhm.
who don't need my money, with people who just need to exchange with me um, thoughts, ideas, and things like
Right.
that.
The
And
barter,
that's
yeah.
more fulfilling. And that's more fulfilling than anything else.
Right.
Yes.
Agree. I
Absolutely.
agree. Absolutely.
The freedom to just exchange thoughts and ideas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's true
Yeah,
wealth.
Yes.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it
yeah.
is. It looks like
Now,
we love
the
move, I guess.
wealth makes it possible. The wealth makes it possible for me to move in circles that I prefer to be in, as
Right.
opposed to being contained somewhere
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
where I have
Agree.
to constantly deal with people who are just doing ridiculous things and they're just sabotaging themselves
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
or just doing foolish things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you have
Right.
the wealth, you don't have to be around people like that. You can choose. I can get up. I can go wherever the hell I want.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I want to invite you three to a dinner somewhere, uh,
I
we
like
just
to
sit down.
Mm-hmm.
We just sit down and we laugh, we drink, we we have a good time. Don't worry about what the price is on the menu. Don't even look at that. What do you want? What do you
seafood.
want? What do you feel like exactly? You want seafood? Go ahead,
Yeah.
order it. Don't worry about it. Elevator, what do you want? Tina, what do you want? Just order it. Don't worry about the price. Forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Right.
want you to worry about that. That's one less concern you have. You're going to be able to eat what you want and
Mm-hmm.
share an experience amongst us without worry about
And it's
Right.
something
no
that
big
has
deal.
to do with money.
Right.
Right.
Yes,
Right. I
Right.
agree.
I'm going to have a great time because I'm sitting down with three intelligent people
Good night.
that are going to provide an intelligent conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to nourish me. That's going to give me psychological and emotional nourishment. That makes me happy. How did I achieve that? Maybe I used uh, money to buttress that experience, but
Right.
the real happiness comes from this exchange that we're having. This makes me happy,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and there ain't no dollar sign attached to this experience.
Right.
None.
Right.
Agree.
So
Agree.
you what it sounds like, Richard, you're saying is like having not worrying about your bills, not worrying about that. What it does is it opens you up to enjoying experiences outside of money.
Yes,
Yeah, that sounds
yes,
lovely.
you hit the nail on the head.
That sounds absolutely lovely. I love that.
Yeah.
That I don't buy stuff. I don't. I wear the same clothes. I only have like three or four shirts, whatever, and all my money goes to my home, goes to my wife, my children.
Mm-hmm.
They enjoy the hell out of it. They have season passes to this, season passes to that. They go here, they go there, they go everywhere. Every
Mm-hmm.
now and then I show up. I have to rebuild something that I lost. Okay. And I can't be specific here
Mm-hmm.
Is it what we spoke
because
about?
yeah, part of it is
Okay.
when you and I spoke on my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm But yeah, so I get what you're saying. I told.
Tina wants to come back up.
She's not in the studio.
Oh, she's not.
She said, "Let me up."
Yeah, I
Yeah, she said,
would.
"Let me up."
I would if she was in the studio.
When Elevated had enough, it is pure
That's
YouTube
understandable too.
gold. No. It's YouTube gold. Like his face, and he just starts saying straight up and down, like, "Look." I'm
Even
like,
before I came up, even
I'm like,
before I came up, it was like that. Even before I came up,
because Elevated, he want to get his points off, pause, and he don't. You know what I'm saying?
there was a hamster wheel going.
hmm
Uh-huh.
Yeah, pointless. Yeah.
There
And
was a
the
hamster wheel going.
what I'm saying, like what I just think about is, I would love to acquire wealth like that. That's the ultimate goal. I cannot say I'm nowhere near wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. Like I don't have to worry about like what I'm gonna eat for dinner, which is a blessing. And
Right.
I
That's a
think
blessing.
earlier, I
Yeah.
think
Absolutely.
what someone earlier mentioned that like what is like you have to identify or define contentment for yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
at every stage, right? And kind of also count your blessings and be thankful for what you have now and find happiness in what you have at this present moment.
Yeah.
That the first part of what you said is part of the process of becoming wealthy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude. You have to have an attitude of
Definitely.
gratitude if you
Mm-hmm.
want to go
Definitely.
forward.
Like
Mm-hmm.
when I pull
Absolutely.
up to my house, I think back to that process of trying of owning a home and all of the things I went through. And this house is it's me and my man's our little house. And I just what when I pull up to my house, I'm just so grateful every
Mm-hmm.
single
Yeah,
every day. Like turning the
yeah,
light on, opening your fridge and you got stuff in there.
Right.
Like
yeah.
it's
An
put
attitude of gratitude is a positive pathway to move
yes.
forward on. That's what it is.
Putting one foot down in front of the other, being able to get up out your bed and walk on your own. Like these are all fundamental like just basic blessings that we take for granted.
Absolutely.
Really, just thinking about money and thinking about like this topic, it just makes you think about that. It's because
Mm-hmm.
when you define what is happiness, like what do you consider happiness? Is it a feeling of glee, like constant glee all the time, or is it a feeling of contentment? I guess that depends on the person, right? Like what they could
It
define,
depends on your experience.
right?
It depends on your experience because what would I okay, I'm talking to my son, I'm talking to my son's mother, and all of a sudden she stops talking. What's going on? A shootout breaks out just feet from where she was standing there talking to me.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm thinking about she just stopped talking. So I didn't know if she got shot, whatever. No, she hit the floor. She knew better. She hit the
Mm-hmm.
floor. And when everything was all said and done, she got up and let me know what was going on. In the meantime, you can imagine where my head is at
Right.
because I can hear all the ruckus in the background.
Right.
And then to
Yeah.
know that my son at the time was about 3 months old. Are you kidding me? No. So that's why I said what I said earlier about being happy that I
Mm-hmm.
got my son out of there.
Right.
Okay. I got my
Right.
son. I'm grateful for that. And I was happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And, so maybe somebody else, maybe one of my homeboys, he ain't going to be happy. And, many of them have done this, because they were out in the street with the pharmaceuticals. Happy
Mm-hmm.
to them was getting a Corvette, a motorcycle, a
Material.
Mercedes, you
Material,
know,
yeah.
something material, exactly. At the age of 18, a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of gold on, riding up and down the street with the gold fronts and the whole nine.
All right.
That's their idea of happiness. Not my idea, but yeah, it's subjective. So happiness is subjective, and your experiences. I wanted to be able to become a landlord, which I did.
All right.
I was able to become a landlord. I was able to work for the state. I was able to become a broker. I was
Mm-hmm.
able to become a loan originator for mortgages.
Okay.
I was able to get my CDL, and that's how I acquired what I acquired. And the journey was fulfilling. The journey was making me happy. Knowing that my son was no longer in that environment made me happy. I was grateful for that. So
I,
so my previous experience helped me to gauge how I could feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
And and I would imagine that everybody's experience is what would take them to a place where they can say, I'm happy, unless they're ungrateful.
Mm.
I feel like one of the biggest keys of it all is just being able to live without regret
Mm.
yeah.
and to be able to live without a want.
Ooh, yeah.
If you can be in those two spaces, I think that for the most part, you have arrived,
Mm,
Yes.
whatever level of wealth that is. If
Right.
you can live without regret and live without a want, I think you've gone somewhere. I think you've made it to a place in life that most people aspire to be.
I
Yes.
agree.
I agree
I,
with that
mm,
wholeheartedly.
ooh, yes, that
Yeah.
was good point.
And and
Live
and and
right and live.
and some of the people that you just described, Tina, um, I've met them on farmlands that weren't wealthy,
Hmm.
and yet they were just as you described.
But that's the thing about the quantification of liquid assets. We always
Hmm.
try to put those at the top of the heap as it pertains to wealth. And it's like, but if you're not content, what are those things to you?
Right. They're just things, aren't they?
They're just things. And
Mm-hmm.
so if you can come to a place where, yeah, your wealth is living on a farmland or a piece of land somewhere where nobody's bothering you and you don't have to worry about anything taking anything from you, that you
Hmm.
can live off of the land that you've curated and you've toiled and you've sweated or whatever it is that you did, you are content with the work of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's being
Hmm.
able to find that contentment and being able to live without the regret of I did this to that person to get where I am.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's those things that allow you to rest at night, to
Yes.
sleep peacefully.
Yes.
And when you
Having
can
a
have
moral compass.
that,
That is priceless. A,
yes,
a
absolutely.
restful, peaceful sleep. You
You
can't
can't buy peaceful sleep.
you can't buy that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Mm,
Some
can't.
of the wealthiest
I
people, like
don't care how much melatonin you take, you can't buy it.
uh, you can't buy that. You cannot buy restful sleep. You cannot
Mm-mm.
buy
mm,
peace.
mm,
Because you
mm.
could be in a mansion. I was joking earlier talking about you go cry in your
You
mansion.
mentioned, yeah.
But you, you can be in a mansion in a beautiful, gorgeous mansion with an elevator and all kinds of bedrooms and bathrooms, and it's
Mm,
just one big, beautiful jail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think
Yep.
that's more sad. That probably makes you even more depressed because you're looking around at all of this opulence and you're still not happy.
You're
Mm,
still alone.
And
Yeah.
how would that feel? Like you've done whatever you've done to get to that place,
mm-hmm.
and you're still not happy.
That's what lets you know it's an inside job.
Yes.
Yep.
Woo.
You ain't lying.
It's an
Oh,
inside
That's
job.
why we cannot neglect. You cannot neglect your mental health. And
absolutely.
constantly taking this life to work on yourself, to work on yourself. You know me. Come on now. You
No,
already
I'm
know.
laughing because you just reminded me of a person that I know.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. So when credit cards first started coming out and becoming available to the average person, this
Uh-huh.
guy ran a credit card scam. He got
Oh Lord.
caught. He did Fed time, but uh, he was able to stash the money that he made and buy himself a building in Queens.
Mm,
After that, he
Mhm.
was all set. But he had to go through some.
yeah.
He had to go through some serious drama to get that.
Uh-huh.
But he was definitely content after that. After he got out and bought that building.
Hmm.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. So damn. Some people go through some stuff, and to go through all that, and now I'm thinking to go through all that and be alone at the end of it all and not be content and 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 be lonely and be, oh God, no.
Yeah.
That would be horrible. No.
But, but that's the plight that many people have. Is they try their best to get all that they can get, and
And step on people.
acquire as much as they can, sit on it, just for
Mhm.
them to perish alone.
Mm.
They
You
got no
know,
moral compass. They got no moral compass.
they gained the world and lost their soul,
Oh, talk about it.
lost themselves, lost their mind, lost themselves in a world of emotions. You know,
Mm.
without peace, what is it?
Yeah, that's
Uh,
not good.
Candy K, the subject is can money buy happiness? That's what we're talking about.
What's that song Michael Janet Jackson and Luther had? Money can't buy you love, can't buy you diamond rings. How it go? Like something like that. Does
I
anyone
don't
remember?
remember it. No, I don't remember it.
What? It was
Nope.
on the Mo Money. I think that's the name of the movie. It was on that soundtrack.
Oh no, I don't remember that
Nobody
one.
remembers that song. Where's Trisha? Is she still here? She might
Mm.
remember. She loved Luther Vandross. Anyway, I just thought of that. Just that song.
Mad random.
When you said that, can money buy you happiness? It made me think of that song.
Mad random. Question for Rich. If you were poor today, what steps would you take to build wealth in today's climate?
What was that question again?
If you were poor today, what steps would you take to build wealth in today's climate?
Okay, first of all, I would live below my means. That's number one.
Mhm.
I would definitely participate in the stock market.
Of course.
I would be extremely patient because wealth building doesn't happen overnight.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
If you try to take shortcuts, just like what Elevator warned the other, I think it was Smooth. I think he warned Smooth about taking
Shortcut.
shortcuts.
Hmm.
Um, that's you're gambling. If you're taking shortcuts, you're gambling.
Yep.
And so I would try to establish a business also, because the two pathways to wealth are business, establishing a business, and
Mhm.
investing. Those are the two ways.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And also making the right uh relationships,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
because
Picking
you
the
want to
right
be
part.
a, yes. Go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
say it again, coach.
Picking the right partner.
Yeah, picking
Hallelujah.
the,
Church.
And
yeah.
that right partner is nobody.
Okay, so if you're talking about partner as in a spouse or
Yo,
something like that,
elevated is funny.
just just keep in mind that the most important thing is compatibility. All that other superficial stuff
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
is not going to help you. Um, you gotta keep your mind off the booty. That's not what's gonna get it. You gotta establish compatibility. Somebody who's thinking along the same lines that you are, share the same sense of humor.
Mhm.
Uh, that you need support, because to
Yeah.
acquire wealth, you don't get there by yourself. Anybody who says I'm a self-made whatever, that's a lie.
It's a
Nobody's
lie.
self-made.
Mhm.
You have people that come along your path that point you in the right
You along
direction.
the way.
That's a form of help rather.
Yep.
And just like what Coach said, uh, account uh, what was that? Gratitude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acknowledging who in your life whose path you cross that actually pointed the way, gave you some advice, some good advice, because everybody offers advice. It's not always good, but whoever offers you good advice, be careful of those. Damn, now I'm, I'm preaching. Be careful of those who um who want to impose their ideals onto you. Be careful of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's what I would do. If I were poor right now, I would live below my means. I would stack up. I would stay away from uh, any kind of
You too, elevator.
objects,
Notes.
any kind of objects to give people the impression that I have something that I really don't have. You know, I don't want to be one of those people that walk around with chains, gold chains around their neck, and they ain't got nothing in their refrigerator. You know, that's kind of ridiculous. But you see a lot of that
Yeah.
in the hood.
Or driving a luxury car and don't own their home.
Exactly. Or drive a luxury car and don't even own the car. They have car payments,
Not
Yeah.
even on
right?
a lease.
Not even on a lease, and
Not
you're
even
just
on a
driving
lease.
around, right? Just so that people could look at you. The very people that are looking at you and complimenting you on what you're driving are the ones that are going to talk nonsense behind your back.
Or
So you
don't
don't
have
even
a
want to deal with
bed.
that.
Okay. Candy K
Don't
said,
have
and don't have fridge, and they ain't got a bed. They sleeping on a mattress on child.
yeah,
But
on an air
The air
mattress.
mattress. Air mattress. Yeah.
Yep, on an
but
air
you
mattress, and they don't even have a pump. They got to blow it up with their mouth because they
Wow.
can't even afford a pump after that. Yeah.
That's
but what
wild.
I mean this that's totally going off on a different tangent. But I wonder, where does that come from? Where does wanting the need to want to look rich when you barely got two pennies to rub together, or maybe you do have two pennies to rub together, but you're not wealthy, but you're spending like thousands of dollars
To
to
appear
look
rich.
Ego,
the part.
ego, ego,
It's
See
ego.
outside. You seeking outside validation.
Right.
outside validation. Yep, and
Not to
ego.
mention, not to mention, you have a whole industry that studies people to get them to buy into it.
That
Yeah, it's
too.
called marketing.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yep.
Marketing
Because
is so
like
powerful,
just
so
Yeah.
thinking
incredibly powerful.
just thinking about someone like a rapper, like a Jay-Z, right? When
Hmm.
he
Hmm.
first came out, he was, of course, he was decked out in all the gold jewelry, gold
Right.
teeth.
Right.
But the
And
more
now,
he became, you don't see him with anything.
nothing.
Maybe a
Master
watch,
P. What
maybe a
about
watch.
Master P?
I don't really follow him as much.
He
I'm
was
just
the
Master
same
P
way.
is the same.
Same
Yep,
He's
way.
the same
exactly the
way.
same way. Yep.
Mhm.
Once these people make it to a certain level,
because they start
no,
hanging out with other people that are at that level, and they realize they look
yeah,
like a clown walking in there with all of that foolishness on, and
right.
nobody
You look like a
knows.
circus clown.
Yeah, and people
Yeah.
will treat you as such in those rooms.
Yes, they will.
They'll treat
Yes,
you
they
as
will.
you'll be their mascot.
Mhm.
Yes, they don't respect you.
I ain't trying to
People with real
be,
money, they don't respect you.
they don't
Right.
respect all of that. They really don't.
No.
And to build and network, I saw people putting that in the chat. But right, Trish, I think it is environmental. And it makes me, I just started thinking about like, where does that come from? Because as we're talking about it and we're talking about people, spending whatever on a car, and the first time people get any money, I think Dr. Ninja Turtle, I'm not sure if he's still here, but he spoke about when he first got his like a sum of money,
Mhm.
he he went out and bought foolishness. Like,
Yeah,
but why do we
right.
why like why do we do that? That's the only that's I'm just it's I'm not
We
it's
want to
not
show the world. We want to show
it's
the world that we're making
really
good decisions, that we're making it.
it's
Well,
really
not only that, we have at the poverty level, you're shown everything you cannot have because you don't have the means
right.
to access it. Once you get to a place where you have the means to access it, the first thing that you do is you go back and reach into your past and get everything that you wish you had when you were younger.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
And so it's really about the mindset not maturing, even though your bank account did.
Right.
So
Hey,
do you think that, well, I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna say yes, but that uh poverty is a traumatic experience, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that would make sense then, because once you so-called make it out of poverty, or the first time you get a little money, you're going to everything you dreamed about, everything you were deprived of, you're going to get that in excess. So I just for me, I'm kind of thinking out loud, because I kind of
Mhm.
like to understand why people do what they do, because this happens so many times. People get a little money, and the first thing they do is buy stuff that depreciates in value. It's about guns,
Liability.
blood.
greatly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and if that's the case, then I have to consider myself extremely blessed and lucky because I
Mm.
was exposed to a community of people that on the surface they didn't look like they had much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those were the Hasidic Jews that I came in contact with.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Hasidic community, like the Lubavitchers and whatnot in Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
on the surface, I mean, they're all wearing the same clothes. They all wear black and white.
Yep.
Uh, but these people were that developed their community in New York City. They came from uh, the horrible conditions in Europe, and this was a generation that was cut off from education. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cut off. Uh, that the Nazi regime, they created the word ghetto, and they isolated these people, destroyed them,
Mm.
destroyed their homes, took their businesses, unalived many of them,
Right.
Mm.
uh, and they had no education. But when they escaped, they
Yeah.
came to places like the United States, and they built an entire community. Anybody outside of New York City that hasn't been exposed to
Yeah.
these Jews won't understand just how self-efficient these people are.
Oh, they are. Yes, definitely.
Incredible. They have their own schools. They
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
have their own
I grew up in
businesses.
Far Rockaway, Queens, and there's a very high population of Jewish people. So I got to live among them, but they have their own self-contained community with.
Exactly. And the thing is that they have wealth. They
Oh
just
yeah.
don't flaunt it. They don't flaunt. You go inside their house, that's where you see it. But outside of their house, you don't really see it. And
Poverty is a
and
state
the
of mind. It's wrong thinking.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing is that here these people are, uh, they're content walking around the way they do, looking the way they do. They all
Mm-hmm.
look like they all look like they got cloned. Everybody looks the same. So
Yeah.
there's nobody trying to stand out above the other except with their hats. Sometimes they get fancy with the hats. But outside of that, there's really no. So I had to ask myself, wait a minute. These people are swimming in money, and yet they're not out here with gold teeth, gold chains,
Right.
um, with the with the suede pumas and the fat laces,
Hmm.
right? And
Right.
Who
the leather bombers and all that with
I'm
the
thinking
Corvettes.
she said poverty is a state of mind. It's wrong thinking.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I also think
However,
it's a state of affairs as well. I
Yeah,
don't think you can skip over that. While
and
I do understand the concept of you can think poorly and not be able to see a brighter future or think that you can get ahead in life, those ideas, that mindset is generally because of the situation that they're in.
yeah,
No one is in a mansion talking about, oh, we're going to be poor the rest of our life. How we
right,
gonna get something to eat? You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
It stems from experiences
right,
that are so drastically dire that you do not have a glimmer of hope, and that's what creates the mindset because what's around you got in you.
right.
okay, you
Yeah.
say that, you say that, and I'm thinking about various black communities that were doing very well, but it was outside sources that came in to destroy those communities and threw them into poverty.
Mm-hmm. And I
Yeah,
which
So
I
can
do
they
understand.
so can the black community do what these Hasidic Jews are probably they probably can,
Yes, I believe they can.
But
Yes.
it's unlikely to happen.
but we got to make sure that these outside forces, I don't want to be specific, but these outside forces shouldn't be able to come and mess with us like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I feel like when it comes to um the mindset of poverty, once you
Hmm.
have that impoverished mindset, you're trying to grab at every little thing that you can because that's all you have and that's all you have access to. And
right,
once you get to that place, you're not thinking about expansion. You can't even trust the next person because you know they're just as hungry as you are.
right.
So
And
is that where the crabs in the barrel thing becomes a reality?
Absolutely.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
Okay.
because everybody's just trying to get out, right?
Yes.
Well, you can try to get out, but the problem is that somebody's there pulling you back in, and
But
that's
Yeah,
that's
part of the
because
poverty mindset.
the person trying to get out or the crab trying to get out doesn't have the strength to carry the two. They're
right,
going for themselves.
right,
And that's
Okay.
the same thing that happens in these communities. Somebody's trying to get out, but they don't have the means to get somebody else out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, how do we define what the means is to help them get out
The
along with
means
it?
a lot of times is opportunity. And opportunity is not afforded to everyone, not at the same time.
Okay. So now you got me thinking about elevated
Mm-hmm.
because elevated is making moves.
Right.
Elevated
Elevated
also
is
has a
making
foundation. He has he has a foundation as it pertains to a job,
okay.
and you can take that job and you can work with and you can live below your means, so you can
Yes.
invest. But for those who do not have a job, who can only eat off of what is given to them, because if they go to get more, what they did have will be taken from them. It's a completely different cycle.
It would be taken from them, you said?
Absolutely.
Hmm. So where's the real help preventing somebody from taking their stuff from them?
The problem is they're in in a system that is meant to take from them.
mm,
That's why you have to be extrapolated from the system. But
Okay.
it's not set up for droves of people at the same time to come out of the system. It's one opportunity. When he got hired, it wasn't a million people that got hired at the same job at the same time.
Okay.
It was him and maybe a sprinkle of others. Even if you say there was 100 people can live on one floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to remember my upbringing.
Right.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember because okay, we went. I've been alive long enough to remember the oil crisis in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
uh, the economic crisis in 87,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the uh, the stock market crash of 2000,
Mm-hmm.
2008.
2008. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Housing.
We're in a
Mm-hmm.
we're in a bad situation now,
Mm-hmm. In a
with
recession.
the job numbers terrible.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember throughout my life, uh, were there opportunities presented? Okay, so there was one opportunity that I got because of a relationship I established.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my other friends all worked. All my other friends worked. They had a job doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at that time, we were all living at home. We were teenagers. We were young. So none of us were wealthy. I wasn't wealthy at the time.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe my mom could have been considered wealthy. I don't know, but she never really. I discovered what she was making back in '82, but
Mm-hmm.
it was the equivalent of she was making like the equivalent of $600,000 a year in today's money.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
But okay. Okay.
yeah, but she didn't show it, right?
Right.
Uh, um, but all my other friends, they had jobs,
Mm-hmm.
so I, we all wound up in different places in life.
Right.
Um, and I'm trying to think, and I just maybe in the Bronx, a lot of those guys they wound up in prison or dead, but the opportunities were presented to them too, where they could work, but they chose. I believe that they chose not to move ahead in life. I believe that whatever happened to them, it was by choice. Uh, and the
Are you talking about
circumstances
before or after prison?
be, be, before, well, after prison, life becomes extremely difficult. But
Oh, okay. Okay.
so you,
Mm.
but you had some choices before you wound up in prison.
Right.
Um, and it's not to slight them for doing what they did to survive, or maybe they did a little more than just trying to survive. In my opinion, that's what was happening. They were doing more than just trying to survive. They wanted
Mm-hmm.
to, yeah. And I think that that decision made them go to either the prison or the grave.
I
But
just happened to be one to escape the grave. I went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Now my life ended up being a lot better, but it took several years before I was able to come to a place or get to a place rather where I was able to be gainfully employed.
hmm
And in all that time in between time, I had taken on different skills.
Right.
Uh,
okay,
and of course, was able to become educated and whatnot. Um, Matriculating through college and picking up trade school and things of that nature. Um, but the thing about that was, I had a foundation that most people do not have.
Mm-hmm.
I had family. There are a lot of people that came out expirating their sentences and didn't
Hmm.
have family. They had to expirate because they had nowhere to go. They were
Got
literally
it.
leaving from the prison to the street
Wow.
Right.
because their family members didn't make it out of an apartment complex, and felons can't live in certain felons can't live in apartment complexes. I
Right.
couldn't get an apartment when I first got out. I'm like, so what I supposed to do? Just come out and buy a house? I can't do that. So there are a lot of obstacles that were in my way. Now, true enough, I chose my choices,
Right.
Right.
and I had to suffer the consequences for those choices.
Right.
However, it's not like I had a whole lot of opportunities after those choices.
Right.
No. No.
And
And
so with that,
I'm
mhm,
completely against that system that's developed for that.
I
You know,
mean, well,
because because look, honestly, if you mess up your credit 7 years later, that's all wiped out. So
mhm.
if you pay your debt to society, why can't they just wipe all that out and let you start fresh and new?
I mean, you can, but I live in an at will state. I'm in the state of Tennessee. They don't have to really have a reason to let you go.
Right.
Now there are some certain reasons. There are certain provisions under Title Six or Title Nine and things of that nature. That they're not supposed to let you go for. But I mean, you know just as well as I do that they can say we didn't let you go for that. We let you go for
Hmm.
this,
Yep.
and it's just as legal. So at the end of the day, I just come to understand that even though it may seem like there are a plethora of opportunities for everyone, that is not the case for everyone. And because it's like that, you have a society full of people without hope because they
Yeah.
don't have the relationships, they don't have the structure, they don't have the foundational things that would help them to build upon to become a better and working and contributing uh, person of society. You know,
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see where that could be a tremendous hurdle. Tremendous
absolutely.
hurdle. And I'm totally against again, I'm totally against the way the system is structured because once you're released, you paid your debt. Or maybe you have probation left, parole, whatever the case is, and that would represent you go through that. That would represent the uh you're paid up.
I mean, so
But
they say, but no, that's not how the system is set
I know
up.
it doesn't.
Hmm.
I know it doesn't. Yeah, I know that for a fact. And just just to
This.
be completely open and honest,
Hmm.
the last time I was arrested, I was facing 25 to life. So please,
Hmm.
um, I don't want to give anybody the impression that I'm some kind of saint or some whatever.
Hmm.
None of that. I
I
was
just.
just
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. I just want to make sure that you know I'm totally against how the system is structured completely.
Hmm.
The system is structured to maintain itself because if I am to commit a crime, the police gets paid, the judge
Right.
gets paid, the jailer gets paid, the people that work in the jail get paid, the warden gets paid. You
Hmm.
Right.
know, I mean, when you talk about whoever the lawmaker was, they got paid. And then whoever makes the clothes for the people that go to jail or prison or whatnot, they get paid too. You're talking about a system that's an ecosystem for the area it's sitting in,
Hmm.
but it's feeding off of the people that are in the environment.
Right. So, oh, okay. So by saying that, um, do I understand that you're saying that they're not going to make any effort to disrupt that so that they can have a source to
And as a matter of
justify?
fact, they want to privatize it so that
Yeah.
you take away the regulations so people can make more money off of it. Absolutely not. Why change it when it's putting so much money in people's pockets? It is
Got it.
our modern day slavery by law.
Got it. Got it.
And I
Okay,
know that
so
from reading about it in the
And
law
it
library.
starts with childhood, really, because the first system
Absolutely.
that
Education.
children enter into is the school system
Mm-hmm.
or foster care, depending on their
Right.
circumstance in life. And
Right.
then once they're in that foster care system, Lord have mercy. Okay. And most of the people that are in that system are our people.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. I mean, but like I said, it's one of those things where um you look at how the system is set up, and I'm like, there have been many a days where I considered investing into prisons
Hmm.
just because of the
Well,
monetary gain that you can get
inter
from it.
interesting that you should say that because there are some billionaires that have been investing in private prisons as of
Absolutely.
late.
Of course.
Yes. That's what's going on now.
Yeah,
Like
That's
Tina
why they're
said,
trying to deregulate everything.
it's legal slavery.
Yes, it is.
it's Jim Crow 2.0.
It's not even Jim Crow.
I can't
It's
even say Jim.
beyond. It's prior to Jim Crow.
Yeah,
You're
it's
talking about
slavery.
flat out slavery
Yes.
by
Hmm.
law to this day, 2025,
Yeah.
because you
Well,
lose
uh,
all rights and privileges.
Oh.
yeah, Jim Crow.
And even after
For the
you've paid
stupidest
your
thing, they
debt
would
to
imprison
society,
you.
you have no rights.
Yeah,
They strip you of everything.
that's the part that's crazy. That's the part that look,
They're
that
trying.
just makes me
It's not
sick.
crazy when you think about what they're trying to do. They're trying to send you right back there so they can get more labor out of you.
I mean,
Hmm.
but that's how the system is not set up for anybody to be free. The
Right.
system is set up to continue to pay its constituents.
Talk about it.
So one of the things that can help is acquiring wealth.
Exactly.
That can help.
But the right, as you said earlier, the right
Hmm.
relationships is what helps you to get there.
Yeah, it's very important. Relationships are very important when you're trying to acquire
Because you
wealth.
can't do it by yourself. You
Not
can't.
in the least.
DSW said, "You have money in the bank, right? Your bank invests your money in the prison system." Huh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Of
Yes,
course.
indeed.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
Phew.
And then they offer you
Mm-mm-mm.
what? They don't even offer you 3%. Is it 0 point some percent in
Who, the
0.01.
interest?
banks?
Yeah.
Point 0.02% in a
Right.
regular savings account.
Right.
I don't know if they've changed that.
No.
0.02%.
He
But
said
listen,
change that. What, point zero
let's
three?
let's right. But even that, let's do the math real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
0.02%. That's an annual return.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
1 year,
Mm-hmm.
0.02.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got $10,000 sitting in the bank at 0.02%. That sounds all right.
$200. Right.
$200. So hold on a second now.
Don't forget about
at,
inflation now.
at what? Oh, that's where I was going. What is the
Mm-hmm.
rate? What is the rate of cost of living increase per year? It's
What?
roughly around 3.5%.
Three.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you're under 3.3%. You're
Right. You're
under.
losing
The
money.
value of your money is
Value of a
3.3%.
dollar. Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I and let's not even forget about the fees that they charge you.
Exactly.
Overdraft.
Yeah, overdraft, all kinds of
Like,
and fees that you don't even get to see on your
mm,
statement because there's some
Mm-hmm.
fees that they charge you that you don't even see on your statement.
that's true.
The service fees, hmm
Minimums and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
premiums, and all of that.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
So basically your $10,000 is losing value every year at a rate of something between 3.5% and 4%
mm,
every
Mm-hmm.
year.
yep.
Right.
So that's why I encourage people on my platform. I encourage people to only use the bank for emergency money.
Emergency fund.
because
Yep.
exactly because of the liquidity, because of the access.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have it all in stocks, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to sell it off, and it takes 3 days for them to settle that,
A T plus 2 days. Yep. So whatever day it takes, 2 more days, and then you gotta wait for it to transfer back out.
and then you got to wait for it to transfer out. So you could be waiting 7 days before you get that money. So if it's an emergency, fine, the bank. But outside of that, assets,
Mm-hmm.
assets, stocks, bonds, assets. You want to trade? Cool, trade. Just trade responsibly. Don't approach it like it's a casino,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that'll blow your account up. That'll destroy your account. And that's where discipline comes in, because the conversation of discipline was in previous videos, previous lives.
Yep. Go
So
check it
that's where
out.
discipline. Yep, you should check it out. Those are important points. Yes, those are
Yeah,
important
man.
points.
Yep.
Discipline. Yeah. And that same discipline can be utilized for starting your first steps into acquiring wealth, because that's what it needs. That's what it requires. Discipline, right?
Yep.
But living below your need, below your means, you have to be disciplined in order to be able to do
Oh
that.
yes, you do.
Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Driving around in a old Camry when you can have a brand new car, but you're trying to
Yeah.
save money to do what you got to do. Discipline.
Listen, listen, okay? The wealthy, and I'm going to use Warren Buffett as an example because this is factual, right? Warren Buffett does not buy new cars.
Right.
He buys used cars. Now, why is that? Why is a man so wealthy buying?
So cheap.
Well, that particular case is a matter of mindset. He's got a
Mm-hmm.
business mindset. So to
Mm-hmm.
him, it doesn't make any business sense to buy a brand new vehicle,
That's
because
going
the
to
the the,
appreciate.
the minute exactly
As
the
soon as
minute
you
that
drive it
wheel
off the lot.
turns, one rotation of that tire, and you've
Mm-hmm.
already lost between 25 and 35% of the value of that vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of investment is that? That's ridiculous.
That's not an investment.
Exactly. That's a loss. That's a major loss. A third, a third of the value of what you just laid money down.
Right.
Could you
and
imagine
and then
that?
and then forget it. Like if you didn't even lay money down, you got a car loan.
You got a car loan. Now you're paying interest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's simple interest and not compound interest. And here's another thing with compound interest, right? When you get a mortgage is compound interest. What happens with that? At a rate of 6.5% interest, uh, your $200,000 house, by the time you're done paying for it, you done paid $600,000 on it.
Hmm.
You done
Mm-hmm.
paid 3 times the value of that house.
Right.
Okay, throughout the course of time. If it's a 30-year fixed, so shit. I would love for it to be, yeah, I would love to be reverse. I would love to gain compound, and that's what you do. When you get involved in the stock market responsibly, you're the one receiving compound interest, as opposed to paying it off to an institution or a company.
Right. And then
So
go
yeah,
ahead.
no, I was just saying that those first few steps of living below your means, saving and investing, that requires discipline.
Yeah.
And if you do, if you need to work on it, you work on it.
Yep. That was oof.
Miss Queen says she can't see me. I don't know what that means.
Her camera's off, Queen.
Whose camera?
Yours.
I got a whole picture up there. What's she looking at?
I don't know. I'm guessing that's what she made when she said she can't see you. I don't know.
But none of us have our camera on except for
Right.
elevated.
I don't know.
So what? I don't know.
Hold on. She said If the Supreme Court overturned Trump's tariffs, is going to bankrupt the United States. Oh,
Well, that's going to be a rough one because they're going to have to pay back all that tax money.
They won't.
Who gonna pay back what? You bugging.
No, they won't. They won't
they not.
overturn. They won't overturn it mainly
It'll go to the
because
Supreme.
it'll cost too much.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, it'll go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court might kill it.
mhm. DSW
Yeah.
said he
Yes,
said
Queen. I'm
that
in a different stream. Sorry.
I don't
yeah.
know about it bankrupting the United States, though. I wouldn't go so far as to say that because the United States at this point is it has a fiat currency. Uh, its backing is its United States military.
Mhm,
So I mean, if you want to bankrupt a war machine, I don't know how you're gonna do that. When the majority of the assets are in the military here in the United States, it'll
Hmm.
be a long time before they'll be able to bankrupt the U.S.
right.
Because I'm like, they can always print some more money. That's not the issue.
Mhm.
What did DSW say?
Uh,
Elevator.
um, DSW was saying facts. That's why I would only do a 10-year loan on a home and pay it off as soon as it raise my
As
credit.
soon.
So soon as
Hmm.
it's something my credit score.
Yeah. If you have the capability of doing that, then yeah.
All right.
And there are ways
Looking
that
at
you
that
can.
rig, he can do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you can also reduce the amount of years
Yeah.
that you have by putting money down, putting a separate check down, like an extra
That's what I
100,
do.
extra 200,
Velocity
You had
and
to
bank.
pay the
but you
Pay the
principal down.
principal. Hmm.
yeah, but you
Hmm.
have to make sure that on that check, on that payment, you have to
You have to
specifically
You
specify it.
have
state
to
that it's for.
specify.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fire,
yep.
yep.
They have
Hmm.
it
This
on
that
like now. You know how they well on my mortgage you can pay it online, so you can do it everything online. You said check, so you just told how old you
damn.
are.
Put myself out there. Yeah,
No, that's just the last time he had to pay for a
See
house
that
note.
right?
That's what that is.
yeah.
But
I would put that. I would put down
but
on that check
I
that
joke
it's
about that.
specifically toward principal.
I joke about that all the time um about putting something on the principal.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
But
And you got
it's
to
true.
specify
You
it.
definitely have to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
if you have the
and that
ability to do so, because
Right.
if you have the ability,
sometimes you're
correct.
just barely making it and just able to make the payment. So
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
the U.S. Treasury can print out as much money as they want to. Again, this is a fiat currency. It would be different if we had the gold standard that we had before Nixon took us off of the gold standard. That's
right.
a moot point, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Modern monetary theory uh, expresses the ability for this country, for the reasons that Tina mentioned, that it can print and pay off all. That's one of the attractive things about purchasing bonds, treasury
Mhm.
bonds here in
Yeah.
the United States, because they will always get their money back.
hmm.
Hmm. Right.
Hmm.
That is true.
Yep, they will always get their money back. So all these, and the bond market is 4 times bigger than the stock market here,
It
and
is.
the it's accessed throughout the globe. It's not the same as when you purchase and sell stocks and trade options here or futures.
Hmm.
These are things that are available to U.S. citizens here in the United States or abroad, but you can't do the same thing with the type of setups that other countries have with their markets. They don't allow for that.
Mm,
Like in the Japanese stock exchange, you can't trade the way you trade here. Or the only one that comes close is the British stock exchange. That's the only one that comes close. But even
But that's
there,
because
there's
they
certain
have
limitations.
BlackRock and what's that? One of them other ones over there.
I know
Drawing
who
a
you're
blank.
talking about. I
Uh
know who you're
huh.
talking about. Hmm.
Yeah, they have a lot over there, a lot of assets.
Yeah,
And so with that being the case, yeah, they can rival the US to some degree. Of course not. They pale in comparison to the US, but they still have a lot of assets compared to the rest of the
they
world.
do. It's
Yeah.
just that their citizens can't do what we do with our stock market.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. Like for example, options trading, you can't do that anywhere else the way we do it here. They won't allow you.
Mhm.
Like
No.
my family in Spain and Greece,
Mhm.
in Germany,
Yeah.
they can't do half the stuff we do here. They got to go through a bank to even make a purchase or anything else. And they're gonna
Wow.
get hit with they're gonna get hit with fees. That was one of the big things. Listen, when okay, so in 1996, I heard an infomercial, and that infomercial made it possible for me, though, or what the infomercial was instructing is what made it possible for me to participate in the stock market for the first time, because now they're talking about purchasing one stock in order to participate in a direct purchasing plan and a dividend reinvestment investing plan.
Oh,
So
drip. Yep.
yeah, so
Mhm.
just purchasing one stock. Listen, in 1996, you couldn't get in to a brokerage unless you had a minimum of $10,000 to lay down.
Hmm.
And $10,000 back then in today's money is roughly around $66,000.
Cheese on peas.
Yeah, so you couldn't take your G's and P's to to a brokerage. Yeah, and then the crazy thing was that brokers had a nasty habit of what's called churning, right? So what they want you to do, they want you to consistently buy and sell so that they can make their money
On the order fill.
fees. Yeah, on
Oh,
the order fills.
yeah.
So whether you're buying or selling, they're getting paid.
Hmm.
Okay. And some of those fees can go up to $100 per transaction.
Mm.
Per transaction. So if any one of you decided, okay, I want to buy 10 shares of Apple, cool, the broker, I got you. But then you get a phone call from the broker. Listen, we got our team here telling us about how stock XYZ is going to explode. I'm calling you because I want to make sure you get in on this so you don't lose out. Okay, so what are we gonna do? All right, so we got to
Yeah.
sell your shares because you don't have enough to buy to make enough. So you got your Apple shares. We got to sell your Apple shares, and then with the cash, we're gonna go ahead and buy XYZ. Okay. So now
Mhm.
he just encouraged you to sell. That's a
So
fee,
they got paid. Then they go. Then you go to buy the next one. They get paid. Yeah, I
and they
see.
get paid again.
I see where that's going.
Now, back okay, so now I want you to think about that and understand why day traders were losing money all the
Yeah.
damn time. Day
Yeah.
traders would trade up to 50 times a day minimum.
Jesus Christ.
50 times a day minimum. Every buy, every sale is a fee.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is with day traders, yeah, um, you you could pat yourself on the back because you did your technical analysis and you were able to pick exactly when the stock was going to go up or go down, whatever the case was.
Mm-hmm.
And they were happy with the fact that they picked the direction and when the direction was going to occur. But you only made pennies on that. And then after you made those pennies, you're going to lose all that and go into debt because now you're paying a fee.
Right. Wow.
So, so day traders were killed.
Wow.
Day traders don't fare any better today, by the way, just because they use Robinhood or whatever platform they use now that doesn't charge
Mm.
a fee. They just don't fare better. It's gambling. Yeah, yeah, Derwin, exactly. So I don't know. The money was making me happy. Bottom line, and the relationships I got to establish that opened up my mind to so many different things about mindset, about how to acquire money, what to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most valuable thing of all.
Mhm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
happy and the real happiness I got was exchanging with the people that I was exchanging with. The conversation like this. Listen, this is therapy for me. This is awesome. This right here.
Right.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, I honestly, I have maybe one friend that calls me now. Everybody else, I told him to kick rocks. But I got one friend that calls me every now and then.
Mhm.
No, make that two. I got two. And and
Mm-hmm.
and and I'm not sad about that. I'm not that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me one bit. I like I like I like I like people that are gonna, enhance my life in some way. Make me laugh, um, teach me something,
Mhm.
or allow me to actually help them by providing them with some guidance, with some information, serving as a mentor, whatever the case is.
Right.
That's fulfilling. That makes me happy. And I don't need to do anything with money to do that, except when
I,
we go to eat.
I, I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah, we've been on here 3 hours. I'm good.
Yes,
You good?
I'm
indeed.
about to pass out.
I know you are.
Okay.
Oh
I
man, thank
I,
you
I had a wonderful
everybody.
time, man.
Oh yeah, this was great.
I had
I
a
wish
wonderful
I could
time.
say it felt like a breeze, but it didn't. But we here.
Yeah.
Thank, thank you everybody for joining. Um, we'll be back tomorrow. New time is gonna be 9 o'clock here forward. I think it fits everybody's schedule a little bit better. Um, thank you to everybody that joined the chat earlier.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for
Elevator.
everybody that's on the panel. Yes, of course.
Thank you,
Coach.
man. Thank you.
Rich, and Tina. Anytime. My panel door is open.
Well, I hope
That's
you
a
don't
that's a
open
beautiful
it to
thing.
all of the wranglers and stranglers.
Not again. Not anymore.
Ooh wee.
Stranglers and stranglers.
Not
I'll tell you
anymore.
what. Tina and Elevated knew how to put the foot down, man. Hey, uh, props to you guys, and thanks to Coach's diplomacy.
Yeah, Coach was actually sweet tonight. Yeah,
She was
very
she
much
was
so.
she was
Very
diplomatic.
diplomatic. Absolutely.
She was diplomatic, man.
I was ready
Unbelievable.
to pull out the gavel in a minute. I was like,
Listen,
Yes,
look at
I
I
here.
heard
saw,
it in your voice,
yeah,
Tina.
I saw some movement out there. I saw, oh, wait a minute. It's about to go down.
I'll go get
Thanks
the
again, guys.
It's for Elevator.
All right, y'all.
Stay fresh,
Everybody,
Good
y'all.
yes,
night.
sir. Take care. I'll
uh,
see y'all tomorrow.
all
Good
right.
night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.